Mr. Batfleck. Obviously, I'm wearing the fat bat today. That's right. Love this shirt. Love this. Matt Damon. Matt Damon. That's right. Okay, so there's a couple of things. Well, obviously, let me pull up some of this stuff right here that was, let's look at this handsome devil. Obviously, he just had another interview when it came to him talking about the Tender Bar and everything, and obviously we heard from him. What was it? Was it L.A. Times? We talked about L.A. Times, but now we got Entertainment Weekly, and look at this. Look at this stud right here. All right, Beyond the Headlines with Ben Affleck. That's right. Looking happy, looking healthy, and everything. And I'm, around a pool. So here's some more images of him. Of course, we got it there, right there. He's eating some cereal. I always want to know what's happening in these photo shoots. It's always so weird. It's like, oh, you have to pretend like you're watching something. Okay, Ben, you're eating cereal and you're watching something that's suspenseful. I guess that's it. And then, of course, he's sipping some coffee right there. Look at that. Looking just trim. I mean, geez. The guy's still in Batman shape. That's what sucks. Look at that vein right there in the bicep. I mean, the guy, I guess, you get back with J-Lo, you got to be in top notch. And then, of course, him on a bike. Him on a bike in leather. Just looking like the stud that he is. So, all right, let's get to this article right here. So this is where most of this stuff is, of course. But, we're not going to talk about the whole thing, obviously. I still haven't seen the Tender Bar. I want to see the Tender Bar because I keep hearing great things about it. I'm hopefully going to watch it sometime this week. Although I am going to the movies, I am going to see the new Scream movie. So, I got all that. There's a picture of him right there. Don't fall too back. You're going to fall into the pool right there. You're going to fall into the pool, Ben. Careful. And, he talks about Last Duel, talks about life, talks about the movies, talks about everything and meeting other people and stuff like that. And this was pretty interesting here. He said, that's where I met Bradley Cooper. Actually, starting off, you have these ideas about success. My mother made $28,000 a year, so I would be like, how could I say no to this? And just not understanding the value of turning down things. So this is why he was constantly just not turning down things right here. Obviously, it's not like I was passing on Scorsese movies. No, Marty, I'm good. I'm going to do Surviving Christmas. Part of our fates are controlled by the opportunities we have in terms of material and directors. So, yeah, he's just talking about all that kind of stuff. Because let's face it, Ben had some stinkers when coming up. He had some stinkers a little bit. So, and, now he's kind of taking the career a little bit more seriously. So, that's always good. You said to me, everyone's got bad ideas. Like David Fincher, who is brilliant every now and again. You go, I don't know. But you find out he has this humility to him. Pivot. Yeah, Coen Brothers talks about Last Duel, COVID, all that stuff. If I had to bet, a drama like Argo would not be made theatrical today. So this is what he's talking about right here. This is one of the things that was getting passed around everywhere because Ben has always been ahead of the curve when it comes to what is happening with movies right now. Streaming, theatrical, all this stuff. And this was a good paragraph right here saying that Argo would not be made theatrically now. That wasn't that long ago. It would be a limited series. I think movies in theaters are going to become more expensive, eventized. They're mostly going to be for younger people and mostly about, hey, I'm so into the Marvel universe, I can't wait to see what happens next. And there will be 40 movies a year theatrically, probably all IP, sequel, animated. Why'd you have to say 40, Ben? 40? The 40 Club. Ben's part of the 40 Club. How about that, guys? Did you know this? Yeah. This whole time, Ben was part of the 40 Club. Now you know. Exclusivo. Last Duel really clinched it for me. I've had bad movies that didn't work, and I didn't blink. I know why people didn't go because they weren't good. But I liked what we did. I liked what we had to say. I'm really proud of it. So I was really confused. And then to see that it did well on streaming, I thought, well, there you go. That's where the audience is. So he knows. He knows where it's going right there. when it comes to all that. Talks a little bit about Dazed and Confused and, of course, Good Will Hunting. Well, now, speaking of DIY filmmaking, Mallrats. So you obviously have got to talk to Kevin Smith and maybe fold them all in because you've got Chasing Amy too. He says, I was once again playing the bully, running around, throwing people into their lockers, but I liked him. He's funny and smart and charming. We got along. So Kevin saved Good Will Hunting. Also saved Good Will Hunting. Yeah, he talks about that. Kevin and Gus, funny stuff. And where's that part where he talks? Oh, yeah, and then he goes right here, talks about, yes, I was a little naive about the opinions people would form about me or the way in which Michael Bay and Jerry Bruckheimer focus on aesthetics. And you guys got to go to the tanning bed. They made me fix my teeth and work out and be sexy. Be sexy. How do I do that? Go to the gym. Running in the gym and putting oil on my body and stuff, and just turn out to be a long-form version of one of those male topless calendars in a garage carrying a tire kind of greased up. Michael had a vision of glistening male torso in the oil, and he was like, that's going to go in the trailer and sell tickets. And you know, what can you say? We could have made, I think, 400 Chasing Amy's for what we made Armageddon for. Throwing some shade a little bit. Throwing some shade at the Armageddon thing. We all know that he made those comments about how like it didn't make sense that they were sending up oil drillers to this crazy asteroid that they had to drill into. We all heard that commentary, which is pretty funny. If you haven't heard it yet, look for it. It's hilarious. Yeah, and this goes on and on and on. Free, Zoom. Okay, so I don't know where that one quote is, but we had it right here. So here's a quote right here that a lot of people were talking about. Matt Damon. Ben Affleck says Matt Damon influenced his decision to quit Batman. I wasn't happy. I didn't like being there. I didn't think it was interesting, and then some really awful things happened, but that's when I was like, I'm not going to do that anymore. So apparently, yes, Matt Damon did have a little bit of influence when it came to him walking away from Batman. Remember when we talked about he gave his script to somebody, and we all assumed that it was either Matt Damon or Casey Affleck, or maybe it was just somebody else close. It's now sounding like it's 100% Matt Damon, and good on him. Good on him for looking out for his friend. I love the fact when I tweeted out this tweet right here. You should see some of the responses. I mean, most of them are funny. You know, some of you guys that might be out there were laughing and saying, "Oh no, people are going to be going after Ben and blah blah blah." And of course, the Matt Damon stuff and Jimmy Kimmel things and everything like that. A lot of people say that, but some people took it a little too seriously. There's some people that, in fact, of course, took the tweet a little too seriously. Some quote tweets, for sure. Batman, how dare someone? Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, but some people knew. I was just like, oh, so it was Matt Damon that got rid of Batfleck right there. No, but it's all good. We love that, you know. We love the fact that he helped out his friend right there. So, yeah, guys, I mean, I know some people are still like, I'm always never going to never say never, because obviously he did on Jimmy Kimmel Live say that he wasn't Batman, and now all of a sudden he's back as Batman in the Flash, but it just sounds like it's still going to be a nice little send-off for him as long as Warner Brothers keeps the scenes intact. That's all I'm hoping for, is the fact that they keep the scenes intact and Ben Affleck can go off into the sunset with J-Lo and, retire as Batman fully right there. But, yeah, he's basically saying that. And there was also this this video right here, another interview. This was actually in Spanish. Now, my Spanish sucks, but according to people that have listened to it and translated it, and he's very intense. Speaks very good Spanish, but very intense. So here it is right here. Oh, you know what? Let me make sure I got that on. But this is what he was saying right here. Oop. So obviously, some people out there can do some translating, but from what I gathered, that he's just bored. He's bored of playing these kind of roles now. Hit the translate. Ben Affleck bored of playing heroes like Batman. So. Go ahead, Jose.
A mí me gusta para mirar en el teatro, pero para mi vida No dan lo mismo tipo de satisfaction.
Satisfaction. I can't get no satisfaction. So there you go. So, I mean, it's just, that's where we're at right now when it comes down, So there you go. We got Mr. Everett's right here too. Well, we kind of get it that he's not satisfied by playing that stuff anymore, right? He really isn't. He could speak to me in Spanish anytime he wants. I know, right? He speaks really good Spanish, man. He does. He speaks really good Spanish. And I'm sure J-Lo's been helping him with that too. But he's always been pretty good with that. So, yeah. But so, I mean, it's just basically saying that, he's bored with playing the superhero role now. He's done with it. I mean, we all know that he did it for his kids. He wanted to do it for his kids and for him too, the child inside himself. Had some bad experiences, and there you go. There you go. I mean, if there's, there's always going to be like a 1% chance that he comes back, sure. Great. Cool. But as of right now, I'm glad he's just happy, healthy, and getting praise for his new role right now. That's all I'm going to say right there. He lived in Mexico for like a year. Oh, okay. That's cool. I didn't know that. Well, yeah. Also, Ana de Armas probably learned a little bit of Espanol right there, as well as other things. What's his name say in BBS? I'm sure that's not all she taught you. Yeah. Remember when he spoke a little Russian, with the ballet dancer? Yeah. There you go. So Affleck for Zorro, right? Wouldn't that be sweet? Yeah, people would throw a fit though for that. But, he could pull it off. He could definitely pull it off. Nah, he said that he enjoys watching superheroes, but it doesn't interest him anymore. Okay, because they're supposed to be perfect characters. He'd rather do more interesting and complex characters. Yeah, but Batman was always never perfect, so at least there's that. Batman was never like a perfect character. I mean, obviously that's the lure of Batman, is the fact that he's not a perfect character. So there you go. So thanks Batfleck, as we always say. There's nothing wrong with saying thanks Batfleck. So he's still my favorite cinematic Batman. We'll see if Pattinson, puts him down in second place. Who knows? I always want the next iteration of whatever to be better than previous. He's got some definitely big shoes to fill, but seeing some of those trailers, woo! Tell you what, yes. Hashtag thanks Batfleck.